and you too, and that's it. And then they just stamp your passport. Yeah, welcome back, welcome home.
Makes sense.
Maybe that's what he needs to do at the consulate tomorrow.
Yeah. He really needed to strike here.
Sure did.
And now he is in jeopardy of losing the opening match to Mitch Hoope. Not to mention the fact that he's looking at the 3-6-10, which is a little nauseating at times.
Covers it nicely.
He can strike out now for 224. Mitch Hoope's max score 236.
See what kind of pressure Sloane can put on the Canadian. Most two-handers usually go with that 5-step approach. He likes the 6. There's a little more tempo to his game. Gets them all to drop.
We have a possibility of a tie as well if Sloane can strike out.
He was telling us yesterday about the buzzword in his game, patience. And if I had it earlier, I would have progressed a lot quicker. He seems to have acquired the patience, but you heard him a little bit earlier talking about how long those TV commercial breaks are and how they impact you, particularly that first time when you're bowling in front of the lights of television.
Oh, man. Too many of those. This game for Chris Sloane, another violent ringing 10. He left one in the third, one in the fourth, and then that big one right there. So now, if he converts, Mitch Hoope needs 9 spare strike to win by 1.
Sloane covers that, takes a seat. At a minimum, it's always nice to see some fresh faces on the tour. Mom in attendance, coming all the way from Dublin to see Chris. Hoope. 9 spare strike to win. Must get to the title match to get to the PBA playoffs.
We have the possibility of a tie now. It looked like he kind of grabbed that one at the bottom, hit up on it, and the ball just hit the lane like it hit gravel. It just basically stopped in its own tracks, went right through the nose. Now, he has to convert the 3-6, a spare which he chopped in the second frame, and then he must strike on the fill, and we will go to extra frames.
Takes care of the spare, now he needs a strike, and we've got our first tie of the season.
Hard to believe it's taken this long. We've had everything else. Hey, are you going to tease our special guest when we go to break? Because we've got one coming up in the next game.
I'm going to let you do the teasing. You've really grown in that role.
Really?
Yeah.
But I like when you help me out, though. All right, must strike for Mitch Hoope.
Anything less than a strike, and Sloane moves on.
What a tie.
All right, tied at 214s. This is great.
What a great match.
This is awesome. 4 versus 5 and a tie. Bonus bowling on FS1 live from Vegas. That's a big time strike, Randy. That is all kinds of pressure. There's a look at your roll-off rules.
Ladies and gentlemen, by USBC and PBA rule, this match must be decided by a 1-ball sudden death roll-off. Mitch Hoope is the higher seed and will have choice of starting lane and order. Each player will bowl 1 shot on the same lane. If the tie remains, they'll alternate lanes back and forth in the same order until the tie is broken. Mitch, you're going to start on the left lane. Ladies and gentlemen, Mitch Hoope is elected to start the roll-off on the left lane. Good luck, gentlemen.
Do I hear drums in the background, by the way?
Yeah, you do. He struck every shot but one on this left lane. Right in the 5th frame. All right, Chris Sloane now with a strike will move on. And anything less than 9, Mitch Hoope moves on. This is pressure that neither Mitch or Chris have ever felt, I promise you.
Again, Chris's mom, Barbara, in attendance, flew all the way from Dublin, Ireland, to watch her son bowl this week in Vegas. Now she's got a chance to see her son move on with a strike.
Takes a lot of talent. He stepped up and put the good touch on that one. Coming in light, carrying that light mixer. The late, great Billy Whaley used to say, hit him thin and watch him spin. You know, we're coming back for our next match. We've got a special guest, pound for pound, the strongest ball on tour.
Here comes the rain.
Por eso que estamos, por eso que no hay permiso, no hay. No están los permisos, yo soy la Por eso que estamos, por eso que no hay permiso, no hay. No están los permisos, yo soy la
I switched to Verizon because I was tired of having my calls dropped. I had friends that were next to me and they weren't having these issues. And they said, like, you need to switch. And then I heard that I could get Apple Music if I switched over. And I said, boom! Music is very important to me. I come from the techno era, but I'm hip-hop at heart.
The best network is even better with more music on us. Get Apple Music included with Unlimited. Plus, save big when you switch. Only on Verizon.
I can't believe it. Like we playing 4-on-4 with a barbershop quartet.
Pass the ball, pass the rock.
Nah, I can't believe how easy it was to save with Geico. Yeah.
Geico. Believe it. You've got something special, and you want to show it off. Hair that's refreshed and clean thanks to new Old Spice Dry Shampoo. Now you can immortalize this freshness forever with your very own hood ornament of your head and its clean hair. Own a piece of timeless aerodynamic history thanks to Old Spice Dry Shampoo.
When I'm wiser and growing taller, I will see your ways. When I've come to the places I'm going, I will know your ways.
The Hyundai Spring Fever sales event. The longer you look, the more there is to like.
Now get up to $3,000 in total savings on the 2019 Elantra. Hurry, event ends soon.
Dare to stack the Stacker King with flame-grilled beef, melted cheese, thick-cut bacon, and creamy Stacker sauce. Stack it single, double, or triple. The Stacker King, part of the King's Collection, only at Burger King.
Lift away itch, flakes, and doubt. Stay headstrong with Head & Shoulders. AI unlocks the art of science.
When you open a bottle of beer, I don't think many people actually know the level of science that's filled into that bottle. Back in time, it took Carlsberg several years to produce a new beer. But using Microsoft Artificial Intelligence, we will be able to detect new flavors in a split second and develop better beers faster.
With AI, we redefine what's possible.
So cheers!
We've always believed there's a right way to make something. It takes craft and dedication and working. We've always believed there's a right way to make something. It takes craft and dedication and working till it's your best. That's our standard. And we
For almost 25 years, Lexus of Kingsport has sold the highest quality luxury automobiles and provided award-winning service to our customers.
With our commitment to competitive pricing,
aggressive trade-in evaluations, and convenient financing and leasing options.
a new Lexus from Lexus of Kingsport is the perfect choice.
Drive a new RX 350 for only $389 a month.
And when you buy from Lexus of Kingsport, we'll continue to provide free pickup and delivery when your vehicle is due for service.
Lexus of Kingsport, where our commitment to you sets us apart.
Garcia, Granados, PBC on Fox, April 20th.
Hotline now, so.
And what's it like to have your mom here watching this today?
It's outstanding. Having her here after not seeing her for a couple of months is phenomenal for me.
All right, best of luck to you, guys.
All right, Kimberly, thank you. Again, if he can get himself a win, he is off to Portland, Maine next week for the PBA playoffs. Again, 4 of our 5 competitors coming into the night had a chance to get themselves above the cut line to get to maybe the best environment for bowling in our country right now, Portland, Maine?
Without question. It's the most electrifying atmosphere because of the people. Charlie Mitchell and his staff have done a wonderful job. The center's been renovated, redone. It's absolutely, I don't know if it makes sense, but it's so intimate yet so wild at the same time.
Do you think Charlie rented that, or is that actually
Oh, no,
in
he
his
owns,
closet?
Oh, he owns that.
That's there.
Oh, yeah.
Cannot wait to get there. Again, I've never been to Portland, Maine for bowling. I've heard wonderful things about it. We've got some next level talent that's going to be there. Well, how about Kyle Troop is on our first show a week from tonight, 7 Eastern here on FS1, April 15th. We've got 4 more matches coming away. The big nasty West Malott taking on another Wichita State guy, Josh Blanchard. You see the top 8 all got seeds into the round of 16.
Yeah. Biggest names in the sport.
Sean Rash, magical season he's having, and Jason Belmonte will be there. Hopefully that finger will have healed in time. And EJ Tackett's our friend.
Yeah?
He'll be there.
Yes, he will.
You know where else he's going to be?
I do.
He's going to be in our booth.
He is.
Next.
Yeah, he's joining us for the next game.
We ready for that?
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
The Masters continues from Las Vegas with our second matchup coming your way here on FS1. And we remind you the PBA playoffs, our coverage begins Monday, April 8th. That's 1 week from tonight, 7 Eastern here on FS1. It's also streaming on the Fox Sports app. We are with you for the PBA playoffs through the month of April and May. 29-year-old Jake Peters looks to join the playoff scene next Monday in Portland, Maine, but he must make our championship match to earn his ticket. Peters, Sloane, next.
I've talked on this phone through the happiest times of my life and through the saddest times of my life, but I never dreamed in 1,000 years that it would save my life. Boom! I fell 22 feet, completely shattered my pelvis. In the middle of the woods. I called my wife. She thought I was joking. I said, man, I'm not. I was so lucky that day. Saved my life.
There for you when it matters most. Get unlimited on the best network with Apple Music included. And save big when you switch. Only on Verizon.
You've got something special, and you want to show it off. Hair that's refreshed and clean thanks to new Old Spice Dry Shampoo. Now you can immortalize this freshness forever with your very own hood ornament of your head and its clean hair. piece of timeless aerodynamic history, thanks to Old Spice Dry Shampoo.
When I'm wiser and growing taller, I will see your ways. When I've come to the places I'm going, I will know your ways.
With big savings on amazing vehicles, Hyundai has everyone feeling the fever. The Hyundai Spring Fever Sales Event. The longer you look, the more there is to like.
Now, get up to $2,000 in total savings on the 2019 Tucson. Hurry, event ends soon.
There's something you can't miss. Italian classics starting at $12.99. Choose from 4 new specialties done up in a big way. Feast your eyes on giant chicken parmigiana paired with creamy fettuccine alfredo. And behold our biggest meatball ever served over spaghetti. Plus all the garden fresh salad and breadsticks you want. All new giant Italian classics starting at $12.99. Only for a limited time at Olive Garden.
I pay too much and this phone is terrible.
You should really stop overpaying for wireless.
And upgrade to the brilliant iPhone XR with Sprint.
Yep, both an unlimited plan and iPhone XR for just $35 per month.
Wait, both for that price? Both?
Both.
Her first word.
And you get both on Sprint's network built for unlimited.
Switch and get both, an unlimited plan and iPhone XR lease for just $35 a month. No trade-in required.
AI unlocks the art of science.
When you open a bottle of beer, I don't think many people actually know the level of science that's filled into that bottle. Back in time, it took Carlsberg several years to produce a new beer. But using Microsoft Artificial Intelligence, we will be able to detect new flavors in a split second and develop better beers faster.
With AI, we redefine what's possible.
So cheers!
Dude, you gonna finish that?
So what if he's eyeing your shrimp? That's the price you pay for greatness. He's got a sad fish sandwich.
Trade you.
I wouldn't. I got the shrimp! Hey! Get Popeye's Butterfly Shrimp Tackle Box with 8 crispy shrimp and all this for just $5. Or mix it up with my surf and turf.
Garcia, Granados, PBC on Fox, April 20th.
The way you were hoping it would go, but we know we're going to see you in Portland, Maine in a couple weeks' time. But your thoughts on this upcoming match and some guys that most on the PBA tour, at least the fans out there, maybe aren't too familiar with.
It's going to be really exciting. Chris is coming off the win there with the roll-off. And Jake hasn't been on TV for a long time, but he does have some experience. He's got a lot of college experience, and I expect to see a good match between these two guys.
EJ, what's your opinion on reactive resin balls versus urethane? And I was told by an insider that one of the things that Jake Peters did all week long was he used super heavy surface on his bowling balls to purposely ruin the front part of the lane and create havoc for his opponents. It kept the scores down and gave him a chance because of his lower rev rate. He's probably going to do the same thing today.
I would assume so, and I know he threw a lot of urethane, and using the urethane this week, the pattern was so hard that the urethane was a good play just to keep the ball in play, right, and try to not split too much.
All right, spin around, call the action with us, EJ. By the way, congratulations on what's been a wonderful campaign for you so far this season. I know you've been painfully close to numerous shows. And
yeah,
it's maybe not the way you think it's been a success, but looking at it from the outside, I know you've been in the hunt just about every week.
Yeah, it's been a good year so far. All I got to do is just keep bowling the way that I've been and keep knocking on the door, and eventually things will go my way, and hopefully I can get a win.
Sloane starts us off with the strike.
One thing I'll say about Chris Sloane is he's a very small guy, even smaller than I am, but his presence is huge when he's bowling. He walks around like he's 6'3", and sometimes that can get in your opponent's head, I think. And this guy's bowled all over the world and won some events, and I expect him to keep bowling well.
You've got some collegiate ties with this young man, Jake Peters.
I never bowled collegiately.
That's right. I'm
so
sorry.
I don't.
I forgot. See, I just assumed everybody went to Wichita State when I'm not thinking. Jake Peters, one tour title. First time we've seen him on TV this season. 29-year-old who now lives just outside of Vegas in Henderson, originally from Illinois.
Take a look at Jake Peters from the profile angle. Pretty high backswing. Not a big-handed guy, not a big rev rate guy. He relies mostly on accuracy, and you're going to see him, as he wipes the oil off of that urethane bowling ball, you're going to see him play a very similar line that Mitch Hoope played last game.
And I think the key for Jake is to just stay within himself and throw good shots and not get upset or try to do anything different if he starts leaving some 10 pins.
Gets the ball to drop.
And that shot could have been there from him breaking the lane down a little bit with all that surface, because it looked like he might have missed it off his hand just a little bit there, but was able to pick up.
You just saw Jake's wife, Melissa, in attendance. His uncle, Dan, Aunt Gina here as well. One of the perks for Jake, he said this week, got to spend every night in my own bed. Yeah, rare for you guys on the tour.
That's always a bonus. One thing Chris did say in between matches here is he was talking to Kimberly, and they said that the right lane was hooking a little bit more than the left. And that was very apparent all week, where one lane was a little bit different than the other. And there was a lot of pairs in here that were, each lane was way different than the other lane. And I think it just comes from topography that this building has.
You think that's why Jake Peters chose to finish on the left lane?
It very well could be. The front part of the left lane might not hook as much as the right lane, and he probably wants to make Chris finish there. So that way, Chris has to deal with the hook in the front, and Jake doesn't.
So with that heavy surface that is typically used with urethane bowling balls, the front part of the lane dries up first, and then it pushes oil down towards the pins.
Correct, which forces you farther left, but then you're throwing more angle into the oil that's down lane.
Strong start for Sloane through 3.
I don't think I have an issue with using my speed to get it through that as well. What do you think? Instead of making the move, what's your thoughts? Those are your two options.
Likes the left lane, and I think most of the players tonight are going to say the same thing about that left lane.
And Sloane talking to his tour rep over there.
That was Tim Mack on the left and Steve Jacobs on the right.
Jake Peters, back-to-back opening jacks, looking to make it 3.
That's left.
Still almost got the 10.
Nice break just leaving the 10.
And even though Jake, I feel like, has a lot of experience, this is only his second TV appearance.
Yeah, exactly. How much of that shot, EJ, do you think is residue from the shot before where he went real light on the left lane?
It could be a little bit. Just, it's like the autocorrect.
Right.
Even though, you know, they think the right lane hooks more, it's that little bit of autocorrect that just hit up on a little bit, make sure you don't do that again.
Jake takes care of that one. He's got a birthday coming up April 6th, which is going to lead to a certain trip, Kimberly.
It sure is. This is a fun story, guys. So back in December, Jake's wife, Melissa, planned a surprise trip to Hawaii for his 30th birthday, which she mentions is on April 6th. But after she realized the Masters final will be held on a Monday and not on the usual Sunday airtime, she was forced to tell him about the trip. And as a precaution, Jake said, book the flight out on a Tuesday just in case I make the show. And good thing he did that and he had the hindsight, because today he's in the finals and going for his first ever major championship.
And by the way, she's the bowler of the family. An All-American at Wichita State, Melissa. Mixed doubles, they must crush it here in Henderson and Vegas.
I don't want to bowl that team.
I know, right?
I'll take Natalie against just about anybody, but that would be a tough team to go up against.
How about Jake Peters being the oldest player on the telecast today?
At 29 years old.
Yeah.
Just a few days shy of 30.
Whether you believe it or not, I've actually had that happen. That was a great shot there from Jake.
It really was. Snapped the 10 out.
And he came back after throwing a little mixer on the lane before and having the little autocorrect on the right lane. He came back and threw a really, really good shot.
Again, for Chris Sloane, one of the underlying storylines here is he must win here to get himself into the PBA playoffs, which start next week on FS1.
Through.
He's feeling it a little bit right now.
Usually you see a player do that, Rob, when they really like the ball out of their hand, and it's instant feedback in our sport. You know, as soon as the ball leaves your hand, you know if it's really good or if it's really bad.
Like you said, he instantly liked that shot.
And you talk about the possibility of him getting to Portland, Maine, but having to climb the ladder to do that, which would be his first ever title. The last time a player won a major for his first title was Andrew Anderson, last year's Masters.
Yeah, and it's possible we could see that again today. And we're going to see a first-time major titleist. So it's going to be a great day for somebody.
Messenger slid in the back door, couldn't knock it down. So, look, the outside bowling folks are going to say it's a major. We should be seeing the quote-unquote best of the PBA, yet it's essentially one guy we know and four no-names.
Right.
Why is the Masters so different, and it seems to open the door for some of these other pros?
It has a lot to do with the format. Just because you can bowl a good set, you can come out and bowl 750 the best you can, and somebody might bowl 760. In the match right next to you, somebody might win with 580. So there's a lot of luck that goes into it. Obviously, you have to be very, very skilled to get to this point in the tournament, but you need some breaks along the way. And it's all about when you bowl somebody, maybe on a certain pair with topography like here. There's a lot of things that go into what goes on to make this show.
You're listening to EJ Tackett. Do you like this format?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes,
when you do well on it.
Exactly. I've had some good years. Last year I bowled really bad, didn't make the cut. Had a bad last day this year, didn't make the cut again.
That's a pretty good break, by the way. I have a question. I have a question for you, Jake. With all that you've said about the format in this event, how impressive is it that Jason Belmonte won it 4 out of 5 years?
It's hard to put into words into that, because this is the easiest, hardest tournament to win, just because of the format. Because you could have a road that's easy, but you could also have a road where everybody bowls 720 against you. We've seen it before where guys come in and bowl 750 and they're going home. Yep. And one guy bowled 620 and he's in the winner's bracket still. So
wrong guy at the wrong time on the wrong pair, and you're done.
So it literally is the easiest and hardest tournament to win, I think.
Strikes in 4 of his first 5 frames. Jake Peters. Gets one and gets it to kick.
All breaks going his way right now. Just coming off of Brooklyn on the right lane. He takes that Brooklyn and turns it into a 3-bagger.
He's won once before. We'll show you that when we return. Peters looking to get back to a championship match. Peters.
and saving money.
ShipStation saves us so much time. It makes it really easy and seamless. Pick an order, print everything you need, slap the label onto the box, and it's ready to go.
Our cost for shipping, like, we're cut in half, just like that.
ShipStation, the #1 choice of online sellers. Go to shipstation.com/try and get 2 months free.
Not getting enough cash back with that credit card? Turn to the nerds. Are your credit cards working hard enough for you? At NerdWallet, we sort through hundreds of credit cards to find you the lowest rates and the sweetest perks like balance transfers and travel. Using your preferences to narrow your search, NerdWallet makes it easy to compare and find the perfect card for you. Need the right credit card? Turn to the nerds at nerdwallet.com.
He's the Iron Man of NASCAR. And with over 200 wins, he may just be more machine than man. Kyle Busch only has one speed: win. Monster Energy Series racing from Bristol, Sunday at 2 Eastern on FS1 and the Fox Sports app.
Uh-oh. You know who's here tonight?
I do.
Mrs. Hambone and the Hambonettes. Yeah, they're there. They've been properly served enough sugar. They all made their signs, and they're happy to be on TV. Chandler, Ciara, Carson, Camden. Yeah.
That's a handsome family, Mr. Stone.
That's a lot of kids, man. That's a lot of kids in Vegas on spring break taking in bowling. Here's your Columbia 300 fun fact. There were 450 entrants in this year's USBC Masters. My kids were not part of that four. The record number of entries for this event, though, came in 98. 625 bowlers competed at the National Bowling Stadium in Reno. 625?
A lot of bodies.
Seems like a lot of humans.
Got to have a lot of room for bowling balls.
Jeez,
I can't imagine the amount of bowling balls that were at that tournament.
That is insane. 625. Wow. We're down to our final four here, keeping up with that March Madness theme. And Chris Sloane, your 5 seed, taking on Jake Peters, your 3 seed. Sloane down 20, working on a spare. Gets his 4th strike of the match.
That's a great shot out of break. He mentioned earlier how long the breaks were, because this is his first time on a TV show like this. And those shots out of break are sometimes the hardest ones, because you've been sitting there for a few minutes. You had to ponder about what's going on in the lanes, and then to get up and throw a good shot like that is fantastic.
Pretty good hand at the bottom of the swing there.
Oh, absolutely.
So now Sloane slides over to the left lane. He's gone strike, 9 spare on the left. Blows that rack up. Well, he's dialed in now. Mom enjoying that one.
I think Chris enjoyed that one.
Yeah, 100%. But he takes a seat. Jake Peters, though, up 10. His effort here in the 7th, working on 3 straight.
Did you guys see the look that Chris gave Jake on his way back?
Part of that intimidation project, you're saying, how he plays bigger than he looks?
Absolutely.
It doesn't have anything to do with the Brooklyn trip 4? Back-to-back?
Probably has a little bit to do with it as well.
Yeah.
But Chris is in that state. You know, he's just letting Jake know that he's not going anywhere right now.
And he's Irish. I mean, what's the one thing you never want to do with an Irishman?
Get in a fight?
Exactly.
There's a couple other things I probably don't want to do with an Irishman either.
Let's go, baby!
Nice cover.
That's not an easy spare. No. Anytime, let alone being on TV.
Yep.
Back in 2013, it was the PBA Badger Open in Wisconsin. Jake, in his first TV appearance, took care of the 1 seed, Josh Blanchard. Take a look at Josh's pants, by the way, in the background.
Those are sharp. I like them.
Yeah, 245, 212. Those are those pajamas or their pants?
Oh, no, those are pants. Yeah. Plaid. I think they're plaid, aren't they?
Jake's only PBA Tour title to date.
That was on a real long pattern, too.
52 feet.
Yeah.
He only averaged a mere 255 to take that title.
Oh, yeah, Messenger did a cartwheel to knock it down. Momentum back to the Peters camp.
Watch the 9-pin. Ball goes right by it. Tell you what, a lot of good things going his way in his opening match. But Chris Sloane with a strike here can take the lead.
Remember, Sloane advanced courtesy of that one-ball roll-off against Hoope. He struck. Hoope only had 9. Sloane, your 5 seed, must win to get to the PBA playoffs.
That means look.
And it does.
Oh, my.
Wow.
That came all the way back from Henderson.
Is that ironic that that's where Jake is living now?
Yeah, I'm glad somebody kind of...
Why he said it, EJ. Come on, man. Play along with us.
Oh, it's good stuff. Chris taking a re-rack here on this lane. Max score for Chris Sloane, 259. Max score Jake Peters, 256. Big shot coming up here in the 9th frame. If he strikes here, he can't be shut out.
You always want to be able to get up in the 10th and have a chance, no matter what your opponent does. So this is huge.
And especially after getting it a little wide on that right lane and the ball just wheeled back.
Absolutely. Which might make this shot a little bit harder because this lane's had a little bit more push in it. Oh, my.
He does not get that same trip 9. Jake Peters just got on that same lane. What an unbelievable bad break for Chris Sloane. Watch the ball go right by it and no help.
That pin was coming exactly the same way Jake's came over, just not in the right location.
Got to have the breaks, particularly at a major.
Yeah, and you got to have not have the bad breaks like Chris just had.
Six strikes and now 3-9 spares for the Irishman.
Jake Peters, strike in the 9th. First ball strike in the 10th. He will move on.
There's Jake's arsenal. There's the purple hammer urethane.
EJ, how much surface do you think is on that ball?
I'm pretty sure he probably started with like a 500 or 1,000 pad. And then obviously just it wears as you throw it down the lane, but it's probably what he started with.
He liked that as soon as he let go of it.
The early fist bump.
Right? You saw it?
By the arrows.
That was like real early fist pump.
Wow.
And he calls for a re-rack as well.
We don't see that very often. Watch this. The ball barely gets out of his hand. Fist bumping already.
Yeah. Oh, confidence.
That ball wasn't halfway down the lane.
He's been playing with motivation all week, guys. Last year, he had to withdraw from this event due to the passing of his grandmother. He said it was a driving force this week. I needed to do well this week for Grandma Pete. And that is her name, Grandma Pete. Doesn't sound like it should be the name for a grandma. Should be a grandpa, but Grandma Pete. Right now, upstairs, cheering on Jakey boy.
Target.
1 tour title. Strike here, and he moves on.
Target.
Well, he needs to throw a double just to keep his TV average up. Oh, my goodness.
What a late kick. He moves on.
When it's your day,
it's your day.
Yeah, it's certainly his game. The Brooklyn strike, the trip 4, and now it's the trip 9, and then the trip 4-9.
I don't know who took down the 9. You see in the background, Sloane is just shaking his head.
Yeah.
There's not much you can do at that point.
It's all over but the shouting. That's what my dad used to say to me.
Goodness. Still averaging 250 on TV.
A little hand bone here at a major. Peters rolls on. EJ Tackett, thanks for joining us. Look forward to seeing you in the coming weeks in Portland, Maine with the PBA playoffs. You're one of the seeded Jets who've got to buy. EJ, thanks, man.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, EJ.
See you soon, bud. Match number 3 on the way. Jake Peters rolls on in Vegas.
You've got something special, and you want to show it off. Hair that's refreshed and clean thanks to new Old Spice Dry Shampoo. Now you can immortalize this freshness forever with your very own hood ornament of your head and its clean hair. Own a piece of timeless aerodynamic history thanks to Old Spice Dry Shampoo.
For almost 25 years, Lexus of Kingsport has sold the highest quality luxury automobiles and provided award-winning service to our customers.
With our commitment to competitive pricing,
aggressive trade-in evaluations, and convenient financing and leasing options.
a new Lexus from Lexus of Kingsport is the perfect choice.
Drive a new RX 350 for only $389 a month.
And when you buy from Lexus of Kingsport, we'll continue to provide free pickup and delivery when your vehicle is due for service.
Lexus of Kingsport, where our commitment to you sets us apart.
Objective hit the target. Freestyle.
I can do more to lower my A1C.
Because my body can still make its own insulin.
And I take Trulicity once a week to activate my body to release it, like it's supposed to. Trulicity is not insulin. It starts acting in my body from the first dose and continues to work when I need it, 24/7.
Trulicity is an injection to improve blood sugar in adults with type 2 diabetes when used with diet and exercise. Don't use it as the first medicine to treat diabetes or if you have type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Don't take Trulicity if you or your family have medullary thyroid cancer, you're allergic to Trulicity, or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of a serious allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, or severe stomach pain. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with a sulfonylurea or insulin increases your low blood sugar risk. Common side effects include nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, abdominal pain, and decreased appetite. These can lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
I choose once weekly Trulicity to activate my Within.
If you need help lowering your A1C, ask your doctor about once weekly Trulicity.
Thanks to Priceline working with top airlines to turn their unsold seats into amazing deals, family reunion attendance is up.
We're all related.
Yeah, I see it. And because Priceline offers great deals by comparing thousands of prices in real time, sports fans are seeing more away games.
Yeah!
Is that safe?
Oh, yeah. Not at all.
No, ma'am.
Nope. And more people than ever are enjoying romantic getaways. That's gross. Priceline. Every trip is a big deal.
Here we are, friends of a sort. We're not even yet, not till I say so. There is nothing that I won't do to defend what's mine.
Go show them judges what a kid from the South Side can do.
You are black, you are an actor, you play the piano. Why weren't you in Green Book?
Have fun storming the castle.
For over 40 years, Toyota of Kingsport has been committed to providing the best buying experience possible. For over 40 years, Toyota of Kingsport has been committed to providing the best buying experience possible.
After a long, cold winter, it's time for spring break here at
Garcia, Granados, PBC on Fox, April 20th.
Taking on the Rangers at 4, followed by Chris Bryant, the Cubs, meeting Christian Yelich and the Brewers, only on FS1 and the Fox Sports app. Time now for this week's Ebonite Flashback. We go back 30 years, Randy, the '89 Masters event held in Wichita. Mike Albee struck in 7 of his first 9 frames and then survived a nervous moment in the 10th.
Well, I mean, I would have been nervous just based on the guy he was bowling against.
Who's that?
Some guy named Edwards.
There he is, Mike Edwards. Mike, I love looking at these pictures. I love looking at these old pictures.
I know.
So the story is Albie, but for Randy and I, the story is Mike, who has been. What are you? You're a statistician. You're our scorekeeper. There he is. There's a live shot of Mike. He's right over. He literally holds my hand through every bowling telecast. He's like, Rob, this is what this means. This is what happened. Can we get another look at the hair? Mike, can we bring that hair back?
He had some great hair back then.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Sam's the lucky lady, isn't she? Mike does not want any part of this. I'm sorry, I didn't give him a vote.
I'll tell you what he's really great at, too, is all the intel that we get.
Goodness.
He's not just writing numbers down.
I don't know what we would do without him.
I know, right?
I honestly don't know what we would do without him. All right, there we go. Here's our semifinal match, 2 versus 3. That's Jake Peters. Took care of Chris Sloane by 29, had 9 strikes, including 4 straight starting in the 8th. Gives himself a little pep talk. Our Portland fans in the background, stylish, enjoying the night. Again, Peters must get to the title game to get to the PBA playoffs next week in Portland, Maine.
Water bottle.
When in doubt, walk out. And boy, he got some great breaks in our second match. How about the pin action for Peters?
Yeah, well, 5th frame, Brooklyn followed up with a trip 4 in the 6th, and then trip 4-9 in the 10th. He's comfortable now, Rob. Very comfortable.
He's got a deftly gaze as well to go with it.
He's definitely in the zone. I know that's a terrible term to use, but I don't have anything else.
All right, let's say hi to Michael Holliman. Cullerville, Tennessee, just outside of Memphis. He is a PBA Rookie of the Year candidate. He's your 2 seed, and he has 0 tour titles. If he wins, he's in to the PBA playoffs. And the lefty whips that one in and drops them all.
Our first of 2 left-handers, our tournament leader, Jacob Butturff, the other, and a nice start.
Randy, what pin went flying from the right side to the left? Is that the 6, the 10?
The head pin.
The head pin. Wow, that did some traveling. Yeah,
definitely the head pin, yeah. Could you imagine if the 7 pin was up and that messenger came flying across and took it out? Right, just straight to concussion protocol.
Amazing. The guys on the tour these days just bowl with so much force.
It's a power game.
Joined the PBA event this year. His first event was the doubles event in Oklahoma. Oh, what a fortunate messenger delivery.
Yeah. So the left-hander's equivalent to the 4-9 would be the 6-8. Watch the 6 get rolled late. Right there.
Take that 6 pin.
Both players using the same bowling ball. That purple hammer, urethane.
96% of the time, this 8 pin is dropped. Talked about that big field traditionally at the USBC Masters, filled with some amateurs, tons of pros as well. You take a look at the averages to make the cut. Only 19 amateurs made the cut.
Let's see some of the names of our biggest names on tour that didn't make the cut.
And again, a unique format here. And again, it's Peters backing out. Just like the last match, he opens up with back-to-back jacks.
Hey, you heard him say, good shot, Jakey boy. And it was. Look at that scowl.
Yeah, there's anger and venom in that look.
Yeah.
I don't want to, I'm looking at this. You and I are about, what, 40 yards away? I'm looking down every time I see that stare because I don't want to catch his eyes.
Yeah, like if he looked at you like that and said, give me your wallet. What do you do?
I would say, here, you want my passport too?
You don't hesitate, do you? Just hand it over.
Here you go.
Target.
Here's my PIN number.
got it into that soft 10 zone. You can see that red line was a little bit right of his last shot on the left lane. Right around 5.5, 6 board. And result is the quitter 10.
Great frame.
Locked in. He's feeling really good about himself and what he's doing, and he's making some pretty good shots. He's gotten some nice breaks, and he's got a real good idea of what the oil pattern's giving him. And there, once again, you see Michael Holliman's arsenal, purple hammer urethane.
We mentioned he joined the PBA Tour just this year. We said, well, why? He said, I've been talking to my EBI reps. Said it was always a dream to go on tour. Everything this year seemed to be within driving distance of his home just outside Memphis. So he said, let's do it. Yep. And he's doing it right now.
Well, he got real close making a telecast in Detroit about a week and a half ago, Rob.
Finished 5th at the Cheetah Championship.
How that foot gets to the foul line way ahead of the ball. He comes up off of his heel. He's not getting cheated at the release point, that's for sure.
We asked him what he did before he went pro. Bowled a lot of amateur events. Your first line, big action player, brackets.
Yeah.
But bowling has been his job for years. Now it's his job on the PBA Tour. And the lefty. He's got some work to do here. 247.
Both misses coming on the left lane for Michael Holliman, the lane he chose to finish on.
It's the first time he's bowled the USBC Masters, and here he is as your 2 seed.
A little airtime underneath that spare shot.
Target, buddy.
Again, Jake Peters must get to our title match to get himself into the PBA playoffs, which begins next Monday night live on FS1.
Pretty good, Jakey boy.
Jakey boy liked it. He's got great tradition on his resume. Won 3 national team championships at that powerhouse in Wichita. Is that Mr. Blanchard there on the right? Yeah, there he is up front and center as well.
Nathan Bohr on the left, John Zerbinski.
Target, Jakey.
His wife, Melissa, in attendance tonight, an All-American. Boy, she knows when the camera's on her, doesn't she?
Yes, she does.
She gave Jakey boy a little pep talk not too long ago. He said, like the last 6 years, I've been in quicksand. Won early, then stumbled all over myself. Before you know it, it's been year after year after year since I've been able to celebrate like that on the tour. And Melissa said, quit your complaining and work harder. And he's done it. He's put in more practice time, starting at 8 a.m., going 4 to 5 hours instead of that 1 to 2 hour session. He's shown greater commitment. It started right around the World Series. And now it's paying off for Jakey boy.
So you basically say she broke a foot off.
She broke a foot off.
Yeah.
What does that mean? I think I got an idea what it means.
She got after him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what does the foot have to do with it?
It's usually placed in a certain area to inspire people.
To inspire. Yep. All right. Well, a good wife will do that. Holliman. Oh, again. Some late drops make this a very makeable conversion. It was looking ugly for a moment. Head on over to PBA.com. You can check out all the latest officially licensed PBA apparel and merchandise. They got the hashtag Chasing 300 and the 3/4 sleeve t-shirts, PBA retro line, a host of other really unique and good looking designs. Get shopping today. Head on over to PBA.com. Click on the Shop PBA link on the main menu.
Oh, yeah!
Have some of that 6-pin. Very kind, mild-mannered Southern gentleman was Holliman.
Yeah, he's a nice kid. Very
respectful.
Yeah, absolutely. He was a pleasure to talk with yesterday when we interviewed him.
He didn't think the success was going to quite come this quickly either.
No. He didn't start until we were in Oklahoma City, Shawnee. And that's when he picked the tour up.
Drop that one in and hammer them all in the pit. Michael Holliman in a good one with Jake Peters right now. The winner to take on your 1 seed, Jacob Butturff, for the USBC Masters title.
I can't believe it.
I be playing 4-on-4 with a barbershop quartet.
Pass the ball, pass the rock. Nah, I can't believe how easy it was to save with Geico. Yeah.
Geico. Believe it.
There's something you can't miss at Olive Garden. All new giant Italian classics starting at $12.99. Choose from 4 new specialties done up in a big way. Feast your eyes on giant chicken parmigiana paired with creamy fettuccine alfredo. And behold our biggest meatball ever served over spaghetti. Plus all the garden fresh salad and breadsticks you want. All new giant Italian classics starting at $12.99. Only for a limited time at Olive Garden.
Objective for the targets. Freestyle.
I pay too much and this phone is terrible.
You should really stop overpaying for wireless.
And upgrade to the brilliant iPhone XR with Sprint.
Yep, both an unlimited plan and iPhone XR for just $35 per month.
Wait, both for that price? Both?
Both.
Her first word.
And you get both on Sprint's network built for unlimited.
Switch and get both, an unlimited plan and iPhone XR lease for just $35 a month. No trade-in required.
You could take the treatment of your ulcerative colitis in a different direction. Talk to your doctor about Xeljanz, a pill, not an injection or infusion, for adults with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis. Xeljanz is the first and only FDA-approved pill for moderate to severe UC. It can reduce symptoms in as early as 2 weeks, improve the appearance of the intestinal lining, and provide lasting steroid-free remission. Xeljanz can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have tears in the stomach or intestines, serious allergic reactions, low blood cell counts, higher liver tests, and cholesterol levels. Don't start Xeljanz if you have an infection. Your doctor should perform blood tests before and while taking Xeljanz and monitor certain liver tests. Tell your doctor if you've been somewhere fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B or C, or are prone to infections. You could take your UC treatment in a different direction. Ask your gastroenterologist about Xeljanz.
It's unbelievable! They will shock the world!
Thanks to Priceline working with top airlines to turn their unsold seats into amazing deals, family reunion attendance is up.
We're all related.
Yeah, I see it. And because Priceline offers great deals by comparing thousands of prices in real time, sports fans are seeing more away games.
Yeah!
Is that safe?
Oh, yeah. Not at all.
No, ma'am.
Nope. And more people than ever are enjoying romantic getaways. That's gross. Priceline. Every trip is a big deal.
Money just walked in.
You gotta pick sides.
Vengeance will be had. Taylor Mason, I want them in a cell.
This is a new day for Axe Cap. Get with it, people.
Went to Ancestry. I put in the names of my grandparents first. It gave me a leaf almost right away. Within a few days, I went from knowing almost nothing to, holy crow, I'm related to George Washington. I didn't know that using Ancestry would be so easy.
Garcia, Granados, PBC on Fox, April 20th.
Randy, you know what happens in Vegas? Stays in Vegas.
Right.
You know what happens in Vegas sometimes? Folks get married. We got newlyweds. There they are from Redlands, California. They got married in Neon Chapel today. This is how they're celebrating their first night as a married couple. Their family back in Redlands doesn't know, but they do now.
That's awesome.
Congratulations, you two. That is awesome. Thanks for spending your wedding night with us. Hopefully it'll get better from here.
You mean better than spending it with you and I?
I mean, you could do worse.
How does it get much better than that?
You could do worse. You could do worse, my friend. You're right. Semi-final match of the USBC Masters, the fourth major of the season. Majors just carry so much more prestige, more value, more pressure. Peters has handled the pressure well, but that one got away from him.
Tough lead, too. Now he's got the 3-6-10 with the 9 sitting behind it. He made something similar to this in the last match, 7th frame, when he left the 3-6-9. This time add the this time add the 10 pin to that cluster.
66% of the time, this one is converted. Far from a gimme.
Oh boy. Yep. Easy to do. Takes the 3 and the 9 straight back, and it's an opening for Holliman.
Now this is going to be your hammer tough spare replay. And it's not always the spares that you make on the hammer tough spare replay. It's the ones that you miss that sometimes really can come back to bite you. Jake's lead at 2, but Holliman waiting in the wings, working off a strike. Let's see what Jake has to say to himself.
That's more better.
Yes, it is. All right. Nice shot there by Jake Peters in the 7th, and I'd like to take a moment to send our well wishes out to the McWilliams family. Friend Jamie McWilliams lost his father Ed Thursday. Ed, huge bowling supporter, started the TAT, which stands for True Amateur Tournament, which is now run by his son Jamie. Great friends to the sport of bowling, and they do a lot for the sport. Our condolences go out to the McWilliams family.
4th strike of this match for Michael Holliman.
Very unusual start for Michael. Watch this first step as it drifts way to the right, and that gets that second step to follow it. Beautiful backswing there as that ball gets real vertical, and you can see how much upper body lean he has. And look at the right arm in front of the face and the head, and this is what he can do and do quite well, is loft it.
That was your track technique. Holliman looking for his first 3-bagger here, the semis. And he finds it.
And just like that, Michael Holliman takes an 18-pin lead.
Turkey for Holliman wins by 18 pins.
Max score now for Michael Holliman, 249. Max score for Jake Peters, 241.
8, 9, 10, Jake.
Good shot, JP. Good shot, buddy. Wow, I overmoved.
Well, he liked it as soon as it left his hand, Rob, and you heard him say it was too big of an adjustment. So as he's moving, and he's going to move to the left with his feet and his target.
Good shot, JP. Good shot, buddy. Wow, I overmoved.
And the reason why is he's trying to get away from the dry part of the front part of the lane. move into some fresh oil. He just moved too far. Another tough lead. Remember last time on this lane, we left at 3.69.10.
Converts that one. That was borderline mandatory.
He's in trouble now. Back scored out 221. Michael Holliman with a strike in the ninth will be in the high 220s.
So we start the ninth. Peters must win this match to get himself to the PBA playoffs. Holliman must win the title match to get to the PBA playoffs, which starts next week in Portland, Maine.
And one person very interested in the outcome of this tournament, Darren Tang. He's on the bubble right now at 24.
Last man in, Darren Tang.
Oh, man.
10-pin denies Peters.
Holliman just needs to keep it on the lane, get good count and mark in the 9th and 10th frame. He's going to bowl for the title. Really good shot here by Jake Peters. Wow, got off to such a great start, too, in this match. Where he went double, 9 spare double. Missed a tough spare, struck in the 7th, came back with the bucket conversion in the 8th. Now he's going to need some help.
Great frame.
Is that Mike Kaufman?
That is.
There's Mike, Director of Bowling Operations for Boyd Gaming, in attendance. Who's right next to him?
That's the president of Storm, Bill Chrisman.
Bill's a good dude, man.
He is. I'll tell you what, that Mike Kaufman is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. Got a chance to know him over the years, played golf with him. Great dude.
Holliman, your 2 seed, up 19.
It's okay. 9 spare works.
As long as you get the spare part.
Exactly. 9 spare, 9 spare, 9. It's game over. He just needs marks and good count. Looks down at the foul line. Doesn't target at the arrows. It's more traditional to look at the arrows, maybe just a little past the arrows. We see a lot of young players, a lot of new players looking at the foul line or targeting at the foul line. Made famous, at least the first time I noticed it was when we watched Wes Malott for the first time.
Going to see the big nasty coming up soon with the PBA playoffs as well. We're unabashed fans of Wes Malott, by the way. And how about this kid, right? I mean, talk about out of nowhere. You know, the PBA Tour had to kind of dig to create a bio on Michael Holliman.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was created by what we were asking him yesterday. First year on the tour, no tour titles, closing in on a title match at a major. Oh, the walk away and the fist pump. Holliman can taste it, and he's getting closer and closer to being the PBA Rookie of the Year as well.
He's going to bowl Jacob Butturff for the title. It's going to be Southpaw versus Southpaw. But a great week for Jake Peters. He's one of the nicest players you'll meet out on this tour. And I'll tell you what, he's got a lot to be proud of, and he's got a lot to build on moving forward.
That's the time to unload that.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Holliman will take that, and he moves on to the title match. Waiting for him, though, your number 1 seed, Jacob Butturff. 5 tour titles, one of them this season, but he's still hunting that elusive first major.
Let me see that.
switched to Verizon because I was tired of having my calls dropped. I had friends that were next to me and they weren't having these issues. And they said, like, you need to switch. And then I heard that I could get Apple Music if I switched over. And I said, boom! Music is very important to me. I come from the techno era, but I'm hip-hop at heart.
The best network is even better with more music on us. Get Apple Music included with Unlimited. Plus, save big when you switch. Only on Verizon.
With big savings on amazing vehicles, Hyundai has everyone feeling the fever. The Hyundai Spring Fever sales event. The longer you look, the more there is to like.
Now, get up to $2,000 in total savings on the 2019 Tucson. Hurry, event ends soon.
AI unlocks the art of science.
When you open a bottle of beer, I don't think many people actually know the level of science that's filled into that bottle. Back in time, it took Carlsberg several years to produce a new beer. But using Microsoft Artificial Intelligence, we will be able to detect new flavors in a split second and develop better beers faster.
With AI, we redefine what's possible.
So cheers!
You could take the treatment of your ulcerative colitis in a different direction. Talk to your doctor about Xeljanz, a pill, not an injection or infusion, for adults with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis. Xeljanz is the first and only FDA-approved pill for moderate to severe UC. It can reduce symptoms in as early as 2 weeks, improve the appearance of the intestinal lining, and provide lasting steroid-free remission. Xeljanz can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have tears in the stomach or intestines, serious allergic reactions, low blood cell counts, higher liver tests, and cholesterol levels. Don't start Xeljanz if you have an infection. Your doctor should perform blood tests before and while taking Xeljanz and monitor certain liver tests. Tell your doctor if you've been somewhere fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B or C, or are prone to infections. You could take your UC treatment in a different direction. Ask your gastroenterologist about Xeljanz.
Garcia, Granados, PBC on Fox, April 20th.
That makes sense. So if I bought it for a business I started, I'm able to deduct it?
Yes, that's definitely a deductible expense.
That was really helpful. Man, I love technology, but it is infinitely better with people. Sometimes you just need that real human touch, you know? A little bit of empathy and understanding. Like I was saying, humans and technology working together.
You talk too much.
TurboTax Live, now with CPAs on demand.
Here we are, friends of a sort. We're not even yet, not till I say so. There was nothing.
I'm Jacob Butturff. Yes! And you're watching the PBA on FS1.
Jacob, your 1 seed is up next. He's going to take on Michael Holliman, who is 18 better than Jake Peters. So it's 1 versus 2 for your Masters title. And in this week's Go Bowling with Randy segment, we asked Randall for his favorite Masters moment. Randy?
Rob, it has to be when Belmonte won his 3rd straight, and it was kind of a fun show to do. He got into it with Weber. Weber didn't like the fact that Jason was putting his chamois on top of Weber's bowling ball. So Weber barked at him. Jason immediately said, "Yep, sorry, mate," and then went on to beat him, and then took out tournament leader A.J. Johnson for his 3rd Masters in a row. It's never been done before, and it's never been done since.
Jacob Butturff hunting down his first major. Michael Holliman hunting his first ever tour title. Your championship match, uninterrupted, next on FS1.
I've talked on this phone through the happiest times of my life and through the saddest times of my life, but I never dreamed in 1,000 years that it would save my life. Boom! I fell 22 feet, completely shattered my pelvis. In the middle of the woods. I called my wife. She thought I was joking. I said, "Man, I'm not. I was so lucky that day. Saved my life."
There for you when it matters most. Get unlimited on the best network with Apple Music included. And save big when you switch. Only on Verizon.
Garcia, Granados, PBC on Fox, April 20th.
Dare to stack the Stacker King with flame grilled beef,
melted cheese, thick-cut bacon, and creamy Stacker sauce. Stack it single, double, or triple. The Stacker King, part of the King's Collection, only at Burger King.
Are you gonna lead, or are you gonna be led? You gonna push yourself, carve your own path all the way to the top, or are you gonna be led? The all-new Ram 1500, MotorTrend's 2019 Truck of the Year.
When I'm wiser and growing taller, I will see your ways. When I've come to the places I'm going, I will know your ways.
I can do more to lower my A1C.
Because my body can still make its own insulin.
And I take Trulicity once a week to activate my body to release it, like it's supposed to. Trulicity is not insulin. It starts acting in my body from the first dose and continues to work when I need it, 24/7.
Trulicity is an injection to improve blood sugar in adults with type 2 diabetes when used with diet and exercise. Don't use it as the first medicine to treat diabetes or if you have type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Don't take Trulicity if you or your family have medullary thyroid cancer, you're allergic to Trulicity, or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of a serious allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, or severe stomach pain. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with a sulfonylurea or insulin increases your low blood sugar risk. Common side effects include nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, abdominal pain, and decreased appetite. These can lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
I choose once weekly Trulicity to activate my within.
If you need help lowering your A1C, ask your doctor about once weekly Trulicity.
That makes sense. So if I bought it for a business I started, I'm able to deduct it?
Yes, that's definitely a deductible expense.
That was really helpful. Man, I love technology, but it is infinitely better with people. Sometimes you just need that real human touch, you know? A little bit of empathy and understanding. Like I was saying, humans and technology working together.
You talk too much.
TurboTax Live. Now it's
center near you. Log on to gobowling.com. And by the United States Bowling Congress, creating competitive opportunities at all levels as we build a future for the sport. Visit bowl.com to learn more. Standing room only crowd here in Vegas. There's your 1 seed, Jacob Butturff. He's used to being in title matches as of late. See his last 6 TV final appearances, he's either won it or been your runner-up.
Yeah, his last U.S. Open runner-up, he lost to Don Barrett by a pin.
He's been a top seed for all those, except for the World Championship. There he is.
He's going to finish on the right lane. And maybe that's why, because he looks like he just got hit by lightning. Look at that VR shot.
What is happening?
Yeah, this one crosses over, carries the 8-pin late, but it's the shock is not because the 8-pin fell late. It's because the ball hooked that much.
Yeah, raise the shoulder. Just take it, man. Walk away, take your strike. Holliman. 217-199 over Peters in our last match. Looking for his first ever tour title. The native from just outside Memphis. It's the ball to drop. He's got himself a nice little game, man.
He does. And he does something that you don't see a lot of southpaws do, and that's loft it. I think the last time I saw a lefty lofting it was probably Rhino Page. off the ball, you stay in it a bit too long, or you hit up on it, and that causes the ball to go high.
One more look at the loft.
Trying to get the ball not to hook early, and remember we saw Jacob Butturff cross over on that left lane.
Was after the 6 and missed it.
That was close.
Okay, early hold, Doug. And Butturff benefited from an odd-looking strike in his first effort. The more conventional strike. Here's Chad Murphy, the USBC Executive Director, taking in this tournament. Look at all those dignitaries on that front row. Tom Clark, commissioner of the PBA there as well. How about the gang of misfits there in the back? Our friends from Portland.
Gang of misfits?
I mean that as a compliment.
Yeah, I know.
3 in a row to start this title match for your 1 seed, Jacob Butturff. A win here for him tightens that Player of the Year race and makes that U.S. Open very interesting. And these guys are just getting warmed up for next week in Portland, Maine. We import it. Like, when does Vegas need to import energy and quality and entertainment? But guess what? They had to this week. And some of Portland's finest. What happened there?
That was a little filthy, a little anger behind that one. After that split the second frame, Jacob Butturff off to a great start. Applying pressure early is exactly what you want to do to a young player like Michael Holliman. Big shot coming up for him here because he can cut the deficit to 14, but he has to double. Working on a strike here in the third.
Left lane's the one that gave him problems in the second. Almost the same thing it looked like for a second.
High again on that left lane, but this time only leaving the 6. So the front part of the lane starting to hook because of the surface, or the amount of surface that Michael has been using. Jacob right on top of that same spot with the same amount of surface. So the roughness of the texture of the bowling balls is just wearing this oil pattern out in the front part of the lane.
Walkaway takes care of that one. So strike open, strike 9 spare for Holliman. Here's your 1 seed, Butturff. Here's how he got to our title match.
Beat some pretty good players. A lot of those matches that he won, he didn't win by very many. He had a lot of close matches, and again, that's the beauty of the format at the USBC Masters.
3-time member of Team USA. He's done it 3 straight years, 17, 18, and 19.
Very interesting shot we just got there of Jacob Butturff's style as he continues to slide as he's releasing the bowling ball.
That leg curl to kick that one in.
Something you don't typically see with a power player, Rob. I meant sliding and the ball arriving at the same time.
It's such a unique approach.
It really is.
It's like a waddle, right? I mean, it makes me think of a penguin at times and the opening looks. And there's no way if you're a bowling coach out there, you're saying, hey, watch Jacob and how he walks over. This is how you got to do it, right?
Well, you know, they said the same thing about Emiliano Monicelli when he first came out on tour. It's like, hey, you've got to change your game. You can't bowl that way. 21 titles later, Hall of Fame credentials.
And it's not just Jacob's approach to the foul line.
Right. I mean,
it's everything that goes beyond that as well, how he holds the ball, and the release is bizarro.
He runs to the foul line. He rolls his wrist halfway around the other side of the ball. He slides as he's letting go of it. And watch, this is completely different. Watch how Michael Holliman's right foot comes to a complete stop before the ball gets to the bottom of the swing.
This will be his best ever finish on the PBA Tour. Again, this is his first year as a pro. A little loft, and all 10 in the pit.
Right lane good, left lane not so much for Michael Holliman. He needs to figure it out and figure it out now, because the last thing you want to do is let Jacob Butturff start striking and have no pressure put on him whatsoever. You got to give him something to think about.
And it starts here on that left lane that has been so problematic for him so far here in our title match. Another look at your 1 seed. Butturff trying to win his 6th ever title and first major. There he goes.
Well, it was still high, Rob, and he gave that one a little extra airtime.
Had a more resounding thud on the landing.
He goes over and talks to his tour rep, Sean Ryan.
I think if you go one more with your feet, you're going to be okay.
Rob Gottschall and Mike Snellbaker are over there. There's Mike Snellbaker.
Your 1 seed, Butturff, to max out at 279. Somebody did a double flip behind that. Just missed the 6.
Well, that's a nice break for Michael, because it kind of keeps him in the ball game. Now that he's working on a double, Jacob didn't double up there.
Don't want to jinx anything here, but
you're gonna bring that up.
Single pin spare conversions have been a problem for Jacob this season.
Yeah, but only on the left side of the lane, like the 7 or the 4-7.
I'm just saying, in my book,
right?
And you know better.
I hear you.
If you have problems, it doesn't matter where that pin is. You mentally have some issues.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, the test is when he leaves a 7 pin,
right?
And that'll tell us if indeed it's still in there or if he's moved past it.
3 times he's been the bridesmaid at a major, trying to win his first. Up 23. We start the 7th.
He looks to me like he's ready to win his first major.
I think so. Let's take a look at the strike track as we compare Butturff and Holliman and their approaches.
Butturff, the red ball, Holliman, the black ball. Launch position, that's lay down at the foul line, and then you can see their arrow position at a board and a half difference and about a board difference at the break point. And there's their entry angle into the pins. He liked that one. As soon as it left his hand, you could see him trying to walk it out.
When we're done here in Vegas, our friends at the MLB Whip Around Studio, Dontrell Willis, Chris Myers, the big hurt Frank Thomas, Vegas guy. Frank is.
I just know him from Nugenics.
Oh my gosh, does he push that product? MLB Whip Around coming up next at the top of the hour as soon as we're done here in Vegas.
Cut the deficit to 3 with a strike here.
Huge loft. And
are you kidding me?
9 wouldn't go down. His brother Jonathan can't believe it.
Yep, one of the worst breaks I've seen probably since the 7-10 pocket splits from Belmonte. This is a great shot and
oh my goodness,
solid 9. Unreal.
Yeah, the crowd is watching the replay. Ditto for Jacob.
Yeah.
Don't let it phase you, kid.
Not over yet, but I'll tell you what. Butturff's in a good spot right now, Rob.
Sure is.
The money, the format, the prestige, the career-defining moments of major championships on the PBA Tour. This young man here looking to win his first. He's been so close.
You talk about tour title wins, but you brag about majors.
And again, a little trouble on the right lane for Jacob. What could have been if Holliman struck in the 8th.
And again, it's Jacob ending on the right lane as well.
Yeah. He's missed the pocket the last 2 shots on that right lane.
Dropped a wow there as well. He's surprised by his struggles as he tries to take down the 3-9. Handled 90% of the time on the tour.
You talked about his back issues. I mean, this guy almost had to pull out of the tournament. He said it's the most pain he's ever felt in his entire life.
That was yesterday.
And he bowled with it all week long.
Told us he was walking around the casinos around 6 a.m. because he just couldn't lie down, couldn't get comfortable, just didn't want it to lock up, get tense on him.
Said it hurts every shot he throws.
He can max it 239. Gets that momentum back in his camp there.
I like how poised he is right now. He's not getting all jacked. He still has a 10th frame to bowl. He's got a max score of 239.
He should be comfortable here, Randy. This is his 4th televised appearance of the season. He's been in numerous title matches. He's won 1 title. Came early in the season in Shawnee, Oklahoma. If anybody should be nervous, it's this kid, Michael Holliman, Rookie of the Year candidate. Down 14.
Must strike. Big trouble. 2, 4, 7, and 8.
The engraver has been notified.
He's got to get the ball over into this area here. Throw the 4 into the 7 and make sure that he covers that back pin.
Good looking cover.
He barely got that back pin out the 8 pin, and that's what makes
it so tough.
So tough. The other side of the lane for righties is a 3-6-9-10. And remember, we saw Jake Peters miss that last game. All right, here's the situation. Michael Holliman has to strike out to shoot 211 to force Jacob Butturff to mark. How big the 8th frame was for Michael Holliman when he left that solid 9 on a 3-bagger. Nope. Jacob Butturff.
Congratulations.
Yep. Congrats, young man. You deserve it.
Now you're looking live. USBC Masters Championship match. 4th major of the season. MLB whip around coming by in just a matter of moments. Chris Dontrell, the big hurt, waiting in the wings. Michael Holliman, your 2 seed.
Attaboy.
Trying to end on a good note.
Attaboy.
But the story's going to be that man and his celebration in just moments. A lot to be proud of if you're Michael Holliman, though. First year on the tour. Had no expectations to make a show this season, much less a major, much less as a 2 seed. And here he is, the native of Collierville, Tennessee, just outside of Memphis. Had a chance to win and get into the PBA playoffs next week in Portland. He's not going to do it. He's going to miss it just by a hair. That's how you end. That's how you conclude. Send a message to the field. You're not going anywhere down the road. But step aside now, because it's this man's show. And celebrate! So close, so many times. And finally, a major heads to Jacob Butturff's camp.
It was just a matter of time for Jacob Butturff. He's been so close. Back-to-back runner-up finishes at the U.S. Open. Oh, by the way, there's still a U.S. Open down the road, along with the PBA playoffs. Jacob Butturff has thrown his hat now for consideration.
Into the Player of the Year race.
Yes.
Jason Belmonte has just been served notice. Girlfriend Rachel. So close, so many times, but all the way today for Jacob in Vegas. Kimberly with the winner.
All right, so Jacob, it's a lot of emotion I just saw out of you, but right now let's do this trophy presentation. Carl Kielick from USBC, President. Please do the honors.
Jacob, on behalf of the USBC Board of Directors and our 1.3 million members, congratulations on being this year's Masters champion.
A lot of excitement, but it also looks like a lot of relief coming out of you right now. Second place finishes the past several majors that you've been in. Today, that comes to an end. Put into words what this means to you.
I'm speechless. After the second U.S. Open, it was hurting because back-to-back years, and I'm just like, am I ever going to get an opportunity like this again? And today, it all changed, and I can't thank everybody all enough for the support.
And who do you dedicate this win to?
First off, I want to say thank you to Team Ebonite International, Rob, Snelly, and Sean. This whole week, and Josh Blanchard back home. He without him, the last couple of tournaments, I don't think I would have been able to finish it off.
True friendship right there. Congratulations on your win. Major championship right there.
Tour title number 6, his first major, and that Player of the Year race just got a little bit tighter.
Say what you want about his game and the awkwardness of it, but there's one thing that kid can do, and that's strike. He knows how to bowl, and he can get it done. And now he's a major championship winner.
And it is now playoff time. Coverage begins next Monday night, 7 Eastern here on FS1. And Darren Tang survived in advance, kid. You were number 24, and nobody surpassed you today. 4 had a chance. You take a look at your round 1 matchups. Barnes versus Troop. Are you kidding me? 16 versus 17.